My left scar where the ovary is, the right one I think where the camera went in, and then they removed it from my belly button. Look how tiny that scar is. It's incredible. I'm really happy. The scars are minute. I got such a good response with my explant video where I removed my implants. I received public comments, private messages, DMs, still to this day, from ladies telling me they feel more brave going forward. They want to get their implants removed. But what I didn't share was only 2 weeks later, I went for another surgery and I actually got my 8 or 9-year-old cyst removed from my left ovary. I decided to do the surgery because I was going to be recovering from the explant, and I thought no better time to also take out this cyst that I've had to check up on every 6 months. I was going to be recovering anyway because of the explant, so time up from the gym, I was going to be at home looking after myself, so it was the perfect time. I had really good insurance, and there was also going to be no deductible. It was going to be free because I just had surgery in May when I had a bone spur on my little toe, and a bone was going into my other toe, and it was so painful it got to a point that I couldn't train, and it practically grew within 2 months. It was getting hard to train and hard to walk even. So I went for that surgery in May. There was no better time to do the surgery because I've paid my deductible, and I have a gynecologist that was just absolutely badass. Her name is Mana Baskovic. I probably just butchered that name, so I'll write her name on the title. She works in Santa Monica and St. John's, so I highly recommend her if you live in the LA area and you're thinking and you're considering to go forward. If you're worried about your ovaries afterwards or will there be any long-term complications, I'll go into that. So I decided to look after my health, not just externally. Yes, I'm known as the badass, the superhero, or the martial artist in film.
Mongal. A peaceful warrior, but my fist for do demolition. Ambition raw combined with a future vision. I train my heart to be pure with super intuition. Come for all is no cure, to heal is my mission. Fly like a falcon, fly across the land and hit him with the fist of the Shaolin attack.
Also internally, there was a lot of things happening to me. Some I may later share later on, but for now it was the explants. I needed to get those bloody implants out. I mean, my implants are now a paperweight. Well, sorry, my implant is a paperweight because one had ruptured and it was just a big gooey mess. So the other one had to go to toxic waste, and I only have one implant. So yeah, they needed to come out. They were on fire. Also the bone spur, then there was the cyst, and there was just little things that I wasn't taking care of, that I was just like going, trying to grind, trying to do film, trying to meet people, trying to do this, and I was falling away and crumbling away internally. It was time to just take a step back and look after myself. I've achieved a lot of my dreams. Work in film, got a green card. I live in a beautiful home in Malibu. I have the puppy of my dreams, my little grey pit bull mix. Tonka's driving right now. Please do me a favor, guys. If you can like, subscribe, and comment on this video, you'll be doing me a massive favor. And Tonka too, I guess. Yeah, babe? It was just time to step back and just be like, what are you fighting for? Like, if you're not feeling good, let's take care of it. And this day and age, we're always told to like smash it and do, be strong and go ahead and fight through the pain. And, no, sometimes you just need to like disappear, look after yourself, and take some time out. First, the pre-op. I didn't actually think about the scars until actually the day before, when a friend asked me how big the scars would be. And I was like, damn, I didn't even ask her. Like, my body is my business, it's my career. Like, I have to make sure that it's not gonna affect filming or costumes or whatever. I urgently messaged my doctor on the MyChart app, and she told me, do not worry, they're going to be tiny. They're going to be 3 little incisions. Because it was laparoscopic surgery, which is basically like a robot and these tools going in, and one tool was actually internally into my vagina, one was going through my belly button, one was to my left ovary, and another was on the right side. I would only have 3 small incisions, and truthfully, they're like 3 millimeters in size, each of them. I woke up and didn't even know externally, could not feel a thing. Actually, there was no pain. I was out of the surgery within 3 hours. I was back home on the sofa eating chocolate. Took one painkiller that they prescribed that night. The next day I was on Tylenol, and the next day after that there was no pain. I was really lucky, maybe, but she was so good. I was up and about the next day. Also at the pre-op, she asked me if I want to keep my left ovary. It's a lot easier, apparently, to just snip your ovary and take the whole thing out. And I said, no, I don't want to lose my left ovary, because then I'll only have my right. And then if anything happened to that, I'll be premenopausal. So no. So she said, okay. I would be under anesthesia for a longer time, which I was fine with. It was a bit more complicated, but she was fine to do it. She actually told me that her favorite part of her job is surgery, and she loves doing it. So that gave me the courage to go ahead, and it totally settled my nerves. There was no stitches to remove. It was actually done by glue. They were that small, the holes. She was just advised me to put on some silicone tape. Sometimes I did, sometimes I didn't. And I basically have little tiny dots on my body that's like perfect. Couldn't ask for better scars. And then the post-op was 2 weeks later, and I got the all clear. I could go back to the gym, I could go swimming, have a bath, I could have sex. I hope this video helps someone. If it's just one person, it was worth doing. If you like these videos where I talk more personally and a bit more about my private life, less about film, fighting, or fitness, let me know. If you want me to get back to being a badass, please comment on what you want to see more of. If you like seeing a bit more of my private life, I'm willing to do that. I hope you're well, and I'll see you on the next one. So recovery, she just advised me to, there was no stitches. The recovery, sorry, Tonka, stop barking. It's a gardener, please. Okay, chill. So the recovery.